What happens when this pursuit of beauty goes so far it destroys the very faces fame depends on? Some celebrities paid a price no one ever expected. In a world obsessed with perfection, even the rich and famous aren't safe from botched surgeries, irreversible damage, and lifelong regret. This video exposes the hidden truth behind procedures that went horribly wrong, and why these stories matter now more than ever. Stay with me as we uncover shocking transformations, tragic consequences, and the unbelievable case waiting at the end. Donatella Versace has long stood as one of the most recognizable figures in global fashion, a woman whose influence reaches far beyond the runway. She is admired not only for leading the Versace brand through decades of change, but also for her bold, unmistakable personal style. Behind the dazzling shows and glamorous red carpet moments lies a story of transformation, resilience, and a lifelong commitment to beauty on her own terms. Her fascination with aesthetics began early. At just 11 years old, encouraged by her brother Gianni, she lightened her hair for the first time. That small act became a turning point, sparking the journey of creating a look and identity that would eventually define her public persona. Over the years, Donatella embraced a variety of cosmetic procedures from fillers and Botox to advanced laser and skincare treatments. According to leading cosmetic specialists, these choices helped shape the signature appearance that made her instantly recognizable in the fashion world. Though her evolving look has often sparked criticism, debate, and constant media scrutiny, Donatella has never wavered in her beliefs. To her, beauty isn't a rigid standard, it's a form of personal freedom. In an interview with Love magazine, she pushed back against the idea that natural must mean plain or untouched, emphasizing that enhancing her appearance is an authentic expression of who she is. For Donatella, aesthetics are not masks to hide behind, but extensions of her creativity, confidence, and individuality. Her journey challenges traditional ideas about beauty and celebrates the power of self-definition. In doing so, Donatella Versace has inspired millions to embrace their uniqueness boldly, proudly, and without apology. Heidi Montag, best known from the hit reality series The Hills, has remained a prominent figure in American pop culture, not just because of her television and music career, but because of one of the most infamous plastic surgery stories of the 2000s. In 2009, at only 23 years old, Heidi stunned the public when she revealed she had undergone 10 cosmetic procedures in a single day, a decision that instantly made headlines nationwide. Her extensive list of surgeries included a brow lift Botox, a second rhinoplasty cheek fat injections, a chin reduction, neck liposuction, ear reshaping, another breast augmentation, liposuction across her waist, hips, and thighs, and even a buttock enhancement. The transformation was so dramatic that it ignited intense debate across Hollywood and beyond. Many questioned the immense pressure placed on young women in entertainment and the unrealistic beauty standards that can push vulnerable individuals toward extreme choices. Over time, Heidi became more open about the consequences. She admitted that the surgeries left her with lasting physical and emotional scars, famously commenting, "People have fewer car accident scars than I do." Her honesty struck a chord with millions, serving as a cautionary tale about the steep cost of chasing perfection under the spotlight. In recent years, Heidi Montag has used her experience to speak out in favor of self-acceptance and healthier expectations. She encourages others to appreciate their natural beauty, respect their bodies, and make thoughtful decisions rather than bow to public pressure. Her journey, once defined by dramatic change, now stands as a message of resilience, healing, and the importance of self-love in a world obsessed with appearance. Pete Burns, the fearless and unforgettable frontman of the 1980s band Dead or Alive, became a cultural phenomenon not only because of the global hit You Spin Me Round Like a Record, but also because of the dramatic and ever-changing appearance that defined his later life. What started as a simple nose correction soon evolved into something far more complex. Over the years, Pete poured a significant portion of his earnings into reshaping his face, undergoing more cosmetic procedures than most people could imagine. His transformation gradually became almost a parallel career pursued with the same intensity and passion he once dedicated to music. While many individuals stop after a few enhancements, Pete pushed far beyond typical boundaries, chasing a vision of beauty that existed only in his mind. That pursuit, however, carried a steep price. Complications from fillers, repeated reconstructive surgeries, painful infections, and emergency hospitalizations followed him for decades. Even when medical specialists urged him to slow down, Pete's determination to build a unique identity overshadowed every warning. In 2016, Pete Burns passed away from health-related complications not directly caused by his surgeries but inevitably intertwined with the difficult road he had traveled. His story remains both mesmerizing and deeply tragic, a testament to the extremes some will endure in the name of self-expression. Pete Burns' journey forces us to reflect on the fine line between personal freedom and self-destruction, and on how the pursuit of physical perfection can become all-consuming. His legacy challenges us to think about individuality, identity, and the profound emotional and physical costs of extreme transformation. Dennis Avner, better known worldwide as Stalking Cat, lived one of the most remarkable and controversial lives in the realm of extreme body modification. A Navy veteran and skilled computer programmer from Michigan, Dennis's journey took an unexpected turn in early adulthood as he began exploring his Native American heritage. After speaking with a spiritual leader who encouraged him to embrace the identity he felt within, Dennis committed himself to honoring what he described as a feline spirit, an internal truth that would eventually shape every aspect of his appearance. His transformation started simply with tattooed stripes meant to resemble the markings of a tiger. But as his vision became more defined, the procedures grew increasingly elaborate. Working with body modification pioneers Steve Howarth and Shannon Larratt, Dennis underwent more than a dozen surgeries, including subdermal implants, ear reshaping rhinoplasty, silicone whisker implants, and custom-made fangs. Each operation drew him closer to the cat-human hybrid he believed reflected his inner identity. His striking look captivated audiences around the world. Dennis appeared on shows like Larry King Live and Ripley's Believe It or Not. And in 2008, he earned a Guinness World Record for having the most permanent body modifications designed to resemble an animal. Yet behind the fascination and spectacle was a man navigating the challenges of being profoundly different in a society that often struggles to understand such choices. Despite criticism and long periods of isolation, Dennis remained unwavering. He insisted his transformation wasn't rebellion, shock value, or performance, but a deeply personal spiritual expression. His life remains a powerful reminder of how far some will go to live authentically, even when the world cannot fully comprehend their truth. April. Michelle Brown once hoped to enhance her figure, but her quest for beauty became one of the most tragic cosmetic disasters in recent memory. Wanting fuller curves, she placed her trust in an unlicensed individual who injected industrial-grade silicone into her buttocks material, meant for machinery, not the human body. What she expected to be a minor enhancement quickly turned into a terrifying medical crisis. The silicone triggered aggressive infections that spread rapidly, destroying tissue and putting her life in constant danger. April endured unbearable pain as she moved in and out of hospitals, undergoing 27 exhausting surgeries, while doctors fought to stop the infection from overtaking her body. Despite their best efforts, the damage was irreversible. To save her life, surgeons made the devastating decision to amputate all 4 of her limbs, a heartbreaking outcome no one could have imagined at the start of her journey. Yet April Michelle Brown's story is not defined only by loss. With extraordinary courage, she rebuilt her life using prosthetics and a renewed sense of purpose. Rather than retreating into despair, she chose to speak out, sharing her experience to warn others about the dangers of illegal cosmetic procedures and the importance of seeking qualified medical care. Today, her journey stands as both a caution and an inspiration. It reminds us that beauty should never come at the expense of safety, and that even when faced with unimaginable adversity, the human spirit can rise, rebuild, and find strength in self-love and resilience. Lin May, one of Mexico's most iconic entertainers of the 1970s, rose to fame through her elegant dancing, expressive acting, and striking natural beauty. For audiences across Latin America, she embodied the glamorous charm of a golden era, graceful, confident, and effortlessly captivating. But behind that timeless image was a woman facing the same unrelenting pressures that have shaped the lives of many performers in an industry that often values youth more than talent or experience. As the years passed, Lin May felt increasing pressure to preserve the appearance that had helped define her career. Determined to maintain her youthful look, she eventually turned to cosmetic procedures. But the decision which she hoped would keep her in the public's eye led her into one of the most tragic cosmetic outcomes of its time. Seeking quick, dramatic results, she placed her trust in an unqualified practitioner who injected paraffin oil into her cheekbones, a highly dangerous and outdated technique long condemned by medical professionals. What was intended to be a subtle enhancement instead triggered severe inflammation, chronic pain, and long-term tissue destruction. Over time, her facial structure changed dramatically and irreversibly. Even after multiple medical treatments and attempts at reconstruction, the damage proved impossible to reverse. The face that once captivated audiences on stage and screen was altered beyond recognition, leaving Lin May to grapple not only with physical complications, but also with the emotional grief of losing a part of her identity. Her experience stands as a powerful warning about the potential dangers of cosmetic enhancements, especially when performed by individuals who lack proper training or ethics. Lin May's ordeal reminds us that the pursuit of beauty can sometimes carry devastating, lifelong consequences. It underscores the importance of careful research, trusted medical professionals, and the recognition that no cosmetic result is worth compromising one's health, safety, or sense of self. Julia Terasovich, a 43-year-old Russian beauty queen, hoped only for a gentle refresh to her appearance, but instead found herself living through one of the most shocking cosmetic nightmares in recent years. Wanting minor improvements rather than dramatic change, she booked a series of procedures at a clinic in Sochi: eyelid surgery, eye area contouring, and a mini liposuction treatment. What should have been straightforward cosmetic work quickly unraveled into a devastating medical ordeal. Instead of the refined, youthful look she imagined, Julia's face began to swell severely in the days following the surgery. The swelling became so pronounced that she could no longer fully close her eyes, a condition that affected her sleep vision and even basic bodily functions. The physical suffering was relentless, but the emotional toll was equally harsh. Once known for her poise and confidence on the pageant stage, Julia suddenly found herself battling daily pain fear and the uncomfortable glare of public attention. Unwilling to remain silent, she filed a lawsuit accusing the two surgeons of serious negligence. They responded by suggesting that her complications may have been caused by scleroderma, a rare autoimmune disease that hardens the skin and can damage internal organs. Julia firmly rejects that explanation, maintaining that she had always been healthy and had never exhibited symptoms of such a condition before the procedures. Despite spending a substantial amount of money on follow-up care and corrective treatments, Julia acknowledges that she may never regain her original appearance. Her experience stands as a sobering reminder of the hidden dangers behind cosmetic surgery, even when the goal seems small and harmless. Julia's story underscores the importance of rigorous research, choosing qualified professionals, and understanding that even minor procedures can carry life-altering risks. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new videos. See you in the next one.